And who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Di-da-da-re, di-da-da-re, wah, 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 wah. And who can say why your heart sighs as your love flies? Only time. And who can say why your heart cries when your love lies? Only time.
Yeah. Well,
Precious.
everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jade and XD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, selector.
Yes.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
back.
Appropriate timing. It was just Labor Day.
It was.
Mhm.
It was. I didn't hear of any bad reports. However, there was a fight with a Joe Budden podcast host and somebody else, Pondy Parkway.
Wait, what?
One of the hosts on the Budden podcast, I don't know their names. Nigger one,
No.
a nigger two, I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
One of them got into an altercation on the Parkway.
All right, I'm Googling.
And
Nope.
I don't know really the whole
Joe
thing. I just
Budden
know that
host
I just saw this on the social medias.
altercation.
You know, and
Labor
speaking of social media, they listen down because I don't partake in the microblogging. It's like the shade room and the talks and those things. But ever since we brought up Jason Lee that one week, that's all I
Sir, listen. Okay. Queen's Flip gets into a fight during the Labor Day parade. Oh, Lord.
Apparently, Mark Lamont Hill is on the Joe Budden podcast now as like a regular.
That's where I saw Jason Lee, where he was being a messy bitch that lives for drama and talking about Mark Lamont Hill's past relationship with Melissa Ford, which is like, okay, so what? Like, that nigga's married and moved on. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? You're such a bitch. Like, okay, well, niggas were fighting on the Parkway. Nothing's new.
Yeah,
it was relatively quiet.
My point of
for
bringing
me.
That was I didn't hear any ill doings as you normally would hear. You know what I mean? But happy Labor Day, Juve, and all those things to those who celebrated and all that jazz.
Noah celebrated, honey.
She did. Did she play mass?
She was very Trini. She did not do Kitties, but they went to Kitties. So they got up on Saturday and they went to Kitties. Carnival is the children's portion of you. So you know that we have a very large West Indian Labor Day parade on every Labor Day, and then also the weekend itself is full of festivities. So she went to Kitties Carnival. Her father, her grandmother, her aunt. And then after that, they went to Panorama to be very Trini to judge the bands that were playing. And she sat through Panorama. And then her and her grandmother went to go, peek on Nostrand and see what's going on, with Juve and all of that as well. So, She was very
Yeah, I love her grandmother that's still trying to be a part and be in the mix. I appreciate that.
Oh, my mother-in-law, she don't, first of all, so we went to, shout out to Stella's. We went to Stella's for brunch, which, by the way, if you are in New York, especially if you are in Brooklyn, you need to go to Stella's in general, but they also have a Sunday brunch. So they have brunch, or Saturday and Sunday for sure, I know. But they have delicious brunch options. There's a jerk chicken hash, and and everything is like properly cooked by a proper Jamaican. Shout out to you, Dwayne, as you can tell by his name. So I myself have a hard time diverting from my usual. I get really busy with the house Creole whole snapper, head on and everything, but it comes in this delicious tomato, okra, onion sauce, and I get with some rice and peas, steamed veggie. The mac and cheese is fire. Like, go to Stella's, okay, and tell them I sent you. But yeah, she went to go be there. She had curry like 4 times all weekend. Your girl had a time.
Little Brooklynite.
She can't even help it.
Warms my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good that she had a good time for the Labor Day, especially now that she got to go back to school.
Yes, she's back in school already. Which that was a pain in my fucking ass because. Giving kids half days for a full Monday through Friday situation with no offer of after school because it's not in effect yet. That first week is a living nightmare. If your kids do not take public transportation by themselves or, live close to the school, it is just dropping a nigga off at 8:00 and picking them up at noon. Cut your whole day.
That's so inconvenient.
It's
so inconvenient.
And I know them teachers was irritated too. Like, you got me coming to this bitch for 4 hours. Like, I don't know if they had to stay after or whatever, but I don't know. I just did not understand and I was irritated about it. And maybe I sound like an entitled PTA mother. But I was like, come on, nigga, like 4 hours? Like, what I'm supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? But she got through her first week of 7th grade. I know.
Oh my God.
As you all are listening to this first 2 weeks of 7th grade. Mm-hmm.
7th grade was a fun time
for
me. I'm trying to think of what happened. My best friend at the time was Eric Thames, who plays for the Mariners now. Baseball. What else happened in 7th grade? Oh, I was also one of those people who, how people who had teachers who passed away during the year. My 7th grade teacher passed away during the year. She had cancer. It was kind of sad.
That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah. That was also the year that Pokemon dropped, I want to say.
Burger King restaurants are no longer just the home of the Whopper. Pokemon toys and cards are now included in a kid's meal. But happy hunting. Shane and Danny Smith didn't have much luck today.
So we called around different Burger Kings and they're all sold out.
7th grade was the year. It was this Nigerian girl named Precious. Shout out to you, girl. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I knew another Nigerian.
Because Precious passed away. That happened 7th grade. That was very sad. I'm sorry. I am all mixed up. Blessing passed away 7th grade. Precious wanted to fight me for something I didn't do. So I think I've told you this story, but refresher. We're all, everybody's convening and sitting. And, also, I just want to preface this in a quick disclaimer that the 90s was a toxic time. You know what I mean? Like, kids were mean. Yeah. Diaspora wars weren't a conversation that should have been. Like, there was many things.
We used to use terms like African booty scratcher and Oriental.
And like, shit, right. There's shit like we could have banded together and probably been running this shit by now if we, did not fall victim to white supremacy. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this, but also everything to do with this. So, Precious was a sizable girl. You know what I'm saying? For 7th grade, which I think about now with Noah, because Noah is tall. right? She towers over a bunch of her friends. Like, your girl's wearing a size 10 sneaker. She's looking me in the eye. She's not quite my height yet, but she's almost there. We're looking in the eyes. And, we're wrestling. Like, your girl is big now. She's tall. So at the time, Precious was very tall and statuesque, for compared to many other of us in 7th grade. And baby, she liked to snatch that waist with a belt, and she would snatch it. Okay, she would snatch that belt, honey. And Precious came through, and not right now. Like, it's fierce. Let's talk about it. She shaved her head off 7th grade, and came in with some big earrings, and it was like, go off, Precious, right? I didn't have no beef with her, but my homegirl Keisha, who was a clown, she was like, think Kim Parker. So Keisha had no malice. But she was a clown. She liked to joke. And Keisha was about to try to get me fucked up. And as Precious was tall and statuesque in 7th grade, Jade was not. So Precious comes in with that belt snatched. And here go Keisha. Precious, can you breathe? Then she go point at me.
Like, oh, she said it.
She said it. Precious looked at me. She said, you won't be breathing when I knock you the fuck out. I was like, come on, man. Precious, I didn't even say that, nigga. Like, I did not say it.
You were about to get ragtag.
All day, that was at the top of the day. All day, I'm like, God damn, now I'm going to have to fight Precious because I can't just, like, take it. I'm not guilty, but I can't just stand there. I'm going to have to hit this bitch in the thighs. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to move. And finally, me and Precious came to a head at the end of the day. And she came up in my face, and I was like, Precious, I'm going to stop you right here before anything goes further. Bitch, I didn't say it. And she was like, who said it? I was like, I ain't telling you. I was like, but I didn't say it. I was like, you know that didn't even sound like me. So come on, like, cut the shit. Precious was like, fine. She walked away. We didn't end up fighting. But I was like, God damn, like, I'm running around this bitch like Cat Williams, trying to hide from fucking Precious. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to get that bitch in the knees. I was gonna have to get her in the knees because I once upon a time had to do that to a bitch named it started with a CH. It wasn't a Chelsea though. What was her name? Chastity. Chastity was a big bitch who I had to get a couple years later. But that's another story for another day.
Oh boy.
How was your week?
My week was cool. What happened? Something happened that was good, and I was supposed to mention it on the show, and I guess whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's this. I'm under a lot of stress currently. However, I do know that I will be okay.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Retrograde. Not even retrograde. I don't know if I've talked about this over the years on this show, but if I haven't, get into it.
Okay.
I hate the month of August.
Yeah.
It is the longest, hottest, most draining month ever. Everything ELE that could bad happens to me every August. Financially, I'm fucked up. Mentally, I'm fucked up. Physically, I'm fucked up. Like, it's just a fucked up month. You know? And so now that we are in a month that makes sense, where there's holidays and things moving. Like, I hate months that are stagnant. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stale air. August is stale air. Mm-hmm. March, low-key, is still, depending upon where you lie, it's because there's no holiday in it. Same with April.
You got
what I mean?
But you got the equinox.
Okay.
I forgot who I'm talking to.
Okay, sure. But you know what I mean? Like, there are some months that just feel like they ain't got no breathing room. Like, it's just stifling air.
January and August, I think, are the two biggest ones.
Yeah, January.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, August.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's slow. Even when I was in the service industry, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't go out to eat in January because they're trying to recoup from the holidays. Sometimes they're trying to carry out the holiday past the holidays. That's nice. But for the most part, like, niggas not really going out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's kind of slowed down. So January kind of sucks And you're right, August kind of sucks. You're not even supposed to eat oysters in August. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And what's the point of summer without oysters? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like,
Exactly. Which, by the way,
anywho,
there was a poisoning. There was like bad oysters. They said it coming out of Louisiana for a little while.
I know I heard.
Oh,
I have been reducing my seafood usage, a kind of like shellfish, I should say. I have moved on to
mm,
tuna, and I've been eating a lot of tuna lately just
mm.
because it's lighter in protein. I think you and I were having this conversation about how breakfast has become way less than what it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's toast and coffee, but I
Mm-hmm.
realize I have to add a protein to it because
Oh my
I'm
God, I
working out
had
and
that
stuff like
same
that.
thought today.
Right.
Yes.
So I was like, well, what's light enough and what's fulfilling because I work out so much now and things. So I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
tuna.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like a little avocado
Mm-hmm.
and little tuna pouches that come. They're
Okay.
very convenient.
Okay.
You know, salt and pepper, squeeze a lemon.
Are you a are you a sashimi girl? Can you do a little rawish situation or no? So you might want to get
Yeah.
yourself some sushi grade tuna too. You can make a little like tartar situation. You know, you can do some avocado. You can put a nice little ponzu.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? A little honey and chili and like stuff like
Like
that
to
too.
like yesterday and today I made like a quick tuna salad, but I don't use mayonnaise in my tuna
Mm-hmm.
salad because of health reasons now, but I
Mm-hmm.
use a little bit of olive oil
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then you season it up and then I'll have an egg sometimes. Like today I had an egg because I was like, I know I have to work out today, so therefore I need extra protein.
Yeah.
So
That was I started working out again finally after I've been lying about it for the last 2 years. So I
yeah.
finally
And
started and I
like
was like, you gotta eat, girl. Like, yeah.
yeah, you gotta eat. Otherwise you'll feel like shit if you don't.
Yeah.
You know. And
Yeah.
it's not effective if you don't. Your workout's
Exactly.
not effective if you don't eat.
Nothing to burn. It's burning muscles.
Yeah, but otherwise my week was fine. I didn't really I'm trying to think, did I see somebody? Did I hang out with people?
We had a
I
cookout,
want to
so I hung
say.
out with some of the homies. It was also remember we had that episode, uh, nigga astrology. I don't remember what we called it, but Jasmine was on. It was Jasmine's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
birthday, so
Oh yeah,
Virgo
happy
season
birthday.
is in full effect. Brr, 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 brr. So we had a nice little cookout. You know, I'm not gonna call it an end of summer cookout because I would like to at least throw some things on the grill 1 to 2 more times.
Summer, we have 20 days until
Exactly.
summer ends. So
Exactly. And my birthday's coming up, so I might want to throw some things on the grill for that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
just so that's we did that this weekend, had a fabulous pie. I got a pie for her birthday.
Okay. What
A
was it?
honey salt pie is what it's called. Now listen, hear me out. The name does it no justice. Are you a custard pie person?
I'm a pie person.
Okay.
So
So think family custard. This is a custard family. All right, but it's sweetened with raw honey. And then you sprinkle salt on it at the end. Nigga, that shit was so fucking delicious. Like we didn't even I knew I was like
what
I
kind
wanted
of crust?
to like a
Like a
classic
regular
like you know like
situation.
let's say British European water crust for all intents and
Shortbread
purposes.
situation.
Yeah, just
Okay.
you know, just a heavy pie crust. It was a good and decent crust. No, it was a good crust. It was a good crust. But that fucking like I want that pie now.
Because in my head, I'm thinking of like either graham cracker or like Biscoff
It would have been too sweet.
as like a. Oh,
That would
okay.
have made it too sweet because it was a sweet custard because of that honey. And then that salt cuts it up that you top it off with. So it actually needed more of a classic flour-based pie crust. Otherwise, it would have just
That
been
sounds tasty.
overpowering. It was phenomenal. I don't think I've had a pie that delicious in a long time. So I did that this weekend. And did you know that Luigi Mangione is now a digital model for Shein? He was the model for a floral shirt of their spring summer collection.
Is this on now?
Just Google Luigi Mangione Shein.
Luigi Shein model. Oh, it definitely is. How about that? AI is
It's insane.
It's insane. I have a rant about AI.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily I have different views, or I'm not as rigid about AI as a lot of people, but I'm currently going through something that was flagged by basically, and this I'll reframe it this way. A lot of friends that I have, and many of you are stuck in limbo in the job market industry, right? Like you're trying to find a job and this shit sucks. Nobody's calling back.
Oof.
Nobody is even seeming to even look at your resume. You submit it, and then 20 seconds later, you get an email saying like, "We're moving on to another candidate." But I have been reading about AI and the perils of the environment and stuff, but I've been reading into how it impacts workplace as well as humans in general, because there's way too many people who are committing suicide through AI, which we'll talk about that later. But there is a movement where these companies are taking on these tools like AI to assist them, quote unquote, with hiring. However, they're super faulty and they're just rejecting a whole bunch of potential applicants. So like, and then I think about like just customer service, right? Like I have a banking issue and everything is through AI. Like,
I know.
Then you tell the AI to contact you with a customer service agent. The customer service agent, you might finally get one, but they're using AI. It's just one big, what's that movie where everybody was sewn together by their mouths and buttholes? And Human Centipede.
Yes.
That's what this fucking feels like. The Human Centipede, right? Like they're like it is this never-ending cycle of butthole eating, and it is never gonna go away. And I hate that, right? Like, and AI has been so ingrained in us. It's not like we can opt out of it, right? It's happened before we even became cognizant of the perils of.
Yeah.
So, where I always be like, be judicious and stuff, use it in the tools and matters of which you should. But I also am like, this sucks for people who are trying to make a decent living. We're in an economy that is holding on by 1/10 of a cunt hair. So like, I don't know,
nigga, barely like the teeniest little follicle. Like,
yeah,
it's bad.
It's so bad. So I'm like, AI is ruining things in specific nuanced ways. Like, yes, it's when we talk about like environment and stuff, it's really big, and a lot of people will just be like, oh, I don't give a fuck it. But these small things that add up to the bigger picture of why the shit sucks.
Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find this page. I want to call it out for... She's very helpful. She's very helpful when it comes to like digital, combating digital shit as we're all going through it these days. Yeah. Oh, here she goes. Cyber Farida. So CYBERFAREEDAH. She helps parents to protect their kids online. I want to say is she the one who also
helped me protect my parent from being online?
Yes, you need to know her. There's another lady too, though, who also and also who's doing work around that is Morgan DeBon.
Yes, yes,
She
yes,
makes
I
a lot
see.
of content around different ways to combat and identify AI and the different threats of it as well. So,
She
all
makes a
things.
very yeah, she I when I was looking at her through Getting Grown's page, I was watching and she was explaining breaking down AI and how
Mm-hmm.
people are now once used to use faceless AI
Yep.
profiles to earn
Yep.
content. Now you can't do that anymore, thank God.
Yep.
But she was warning, how easily people can make people through this
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
but yeah, she's a good resource. She's found in Blavity, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she founded
Um,
Blavity.
but yeah, AI is ruining things in a small nugget.
Mm-hmm. And the
Every
environment
day. Yes.
and your
Yes.
brain
Then
and your
again,
creativity and your
yeah.
critical
Also,
thinking.
this is also a rant. Someone suggested, we should go on. Total side note, they were like, I love the long Jada and XD episodes. I was like, we used to do very long episodes, but not anymore.
Yeah.
However, I say all that to say, sometimes, when we do like long episodes, it brings in a lot more conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I've learned through this AI conversation is that a lot of folks just aren't paying attention.
Mm.
Like, you know how like you and I will say something on the show, or you'll be on Getting Grown, and you'll say something, and then somebody will comment and be like, "How did I miss this?" And be like, "Girl, we were saying this for like 4
It
years now."
was
You
a
know what I
whole
mean?
promo.
Yeah. And so I say this because there are people who are like, we talk about. I'm not shading listeners or
No, no,
whatever
no, no,
because this is
no.
just people in my real life who I talk about this stuff to, and they
Mm-hmm.
continue to do it. Like Chris and I were talking about digital blackface and this idea of how these AI movies and videos have that people be sharing, and it'd be like these clapback videos.
It be
So
and
it'll
them
be
bitches are
like,
putting whole chicken legs in their mouth and shit.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and talking about clapping back at some white man. It's very
It's nasty
digital
work.
minstrel show, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, and
Yeah.
where people are like, "This is funny, ha ha ha," and it's just like,
It's not because that bitch just put a rib in her mouth, bone and all, and like nobody blinked twice.
yeah,
So-
yeah. So my point is, as much as we talk about it, we're going to have to keep talking about it in
Yeah.
order for people to finally get it through their heads. Like, maybe this isn't okay.
And listen, am I totally in the dark to say that Chat GPT, as an example, or other methods of AI haven't been helpful? Yeah, but just like everything else, just like the internet was once upon a time helpful, still can be, they just always take drag way too fucking far.
There you go.
And
That's
so,
literally what it is.
like-
People take drag way too far and ruin it for everybody in the entire human race.
Exactly. Let's pay some bills, and then I have a little, speaking of nostalgia and things that once were, I just have something else I want to chat with you about.
Oh, and I'm supposed to tell you. Actually, I'm gonna have to tell you this story on camera.
I also have news. We need to do news.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do news first. Then we'll pay bills.
Okay.
And then we'll come back.
Great. All right. Timestamp. People who hate news. For the third year in a row, at this point, over 600,000 students, which I'm sure it used to be much more because remember, they've been killing children at disgusting rates. Students in Gaza are losing out on education due to a genocide, ongoing targeting on infrastructure, and also this this is another attack. So think about every single aspect of this genocide. Is not just bombing, it's not just shooting. It's not just using illegal weapons to literally vaporize people, but it is also an attack on education, an attack on, with food. So famine, all of these different tactics are all tactics to contribute and aid in the erasure of the Palestinians. So there's also several flotillas that are en route to Palestine now to drop off
It's
aid.
back on one.
You said what?
Greta Thunberg is back on one.
She was. I know they ended up having to de-boat. I don't know what the word is. But
I know what you mean, but yes.
yeah,
They had
it was
to get
like
off
it's
the boat.
not deplane. They had to get off the boat due to weather. But I believe as of right now they are back. They are back going. So, we're just gonna pray because these people are not people. These demons are evil. They're evil, heartless, soulless individuals who are showing exactly what their motives are. There is no more North Gaza. Essentially, they are wiping that shit out from left to right so that they can try to rebuild on it. In addition to war and genocide in Sudan, they are also dealing with climate change. There was a landslide in the Tursan village. Now, as of right now, when we are recording this, it seems like the fatalities were actually very minimal, and there's no official number as of right now as I'm talking about this. But as we just spoke about AI, remember that this is hitting all over the place. It hits here, it's hit Greece, and recently Sudan. So climate change is affecting us all. And who has time to be dealing with landslides in the middle of also just trying to stay alive? Like, this is cruelty. What were you about to say?
I had posted this on Blue Sky, but this is so true. Like, I hate science deniers,
Yeah.
right? Like climate change deniers, because essentially
Yeah.
you're a science denier.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't be a science denier if you like baked goods, because the most
Exactly.
baking is chemistry.
Yep.
And if you fuck up and you happen to live wherever the fuck above sea level and you forget to add an extra flour or whatever, ruined your whole day, right? So my thing is, people actively refuse
Mm-hmm.
science refuse their own interests
Mhm.
when money and greed is on the line.
If you've ever had to pick up a jacket and take it with you to go to dinner at the end of August, but you continue to say that climate change is not a thing, you are a science denier.
When we went to the beach, normally the Pacific Ocean, it's a little warmer, but it's not as, it's not like going to the wherever other country, whatever. When I tell you, Jade, that water was warm. Like,
Oh, the fishies
tepid.
are hot. They having flashes.
I was like, this is bouillabaisse. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. I'm getting ready to make a Manhattan clam chowder
ocean.
later. Like,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
was saying,
small
this is
level of
chowder,
guilt.
nigga.
This is,
Yeah.
God damn. Oh,
Yeah.
the whales. The
Yeah.
whales.
Poor whales.
Oh my God. That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that video of those crocodiles in Indonesia that pretend to drown so they can lure niggas into the water?
A lot of animals do that.
I love
Whales
that.
do that too.
Do they?
Yeah.
But what
You know,
little
I love it
hands
when
do,
animals
what
attack.
little hands do the whales have to be able to do that? I guess they figured out a way, huh?
Yeah, well, poachers and things or whatever.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
they
Get those
remember things,
niggas.
so they'll tip over the boats and stuff.
Oh, yes. I like that. Yeah, we love when animals take back the night. I don't think we've done a proper episode on that, but we probably should soon. Like different
Yeah,
instances.
it has to be visual because there needs to be visual.
Oh, that's fine.
components to
Yeah.
seeing. Yeah.
One day soon on Patreon, I'm gonna make you all watch Nature is Metal, but that's another conversation.
I'm telling you, we need to watch that series with Sakakama. That shit was crazy. I meant to show it to you when you were here. It is a reality series, but with animals.
Oh yes, you did talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to watch
I'm gonna
that.
tell you, Sakakama left his family, showed up 2 years later with a new family, with his new kids, and was like, y'all better come up here and love one another. Y'all better get along. And then had the nerve when the women killed, because men don't do nothing. So when the women got the food, pushed everybody away to make his new bitch and his kids eat first, and then let everybody else eat. I was like, you see,
Not
men ain't
Demontre.
shit regardless. Exactly. It's on the Disney.
Okay, we're gonna watch that on
Plus.
Patreon.
Yeah.
What else is happening in the news? Kamala's Secret Service protection has been removed, which is
Wait, let's take a break first.
okay.
Because I have words about that.
Okay.
Pay bills, yeah. Subscribe to us, get Patreon, all that. Link in the description. Hit it, Claude.
Tell your friends, tell your cousins, your great grandmothers.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Security wasn't in place.
Your security wasn't in place.
It is what it is. What I like to do, doing executive protection with my principal, is making sure I am in the way. Does that make sense? So I'm that barrier, okay?
And we're black. So, yes, Kamala.
Yeah.
So now, at first when I read this, when you see the headlines, it's jarring.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you read it, it's like, okay. Typically, constitutionally, vice presidents don't get Secret Service for that long.
Mm-hmm.
They only get it for like 6 months.
Presidents only.
Presidents
Okay.
and certain like members of Congress and like cabinet and stuff, they get it longer.
Mm-hmm.
Biden just happened to extend hers, just
Copy.
because,
Copy.
as you don't need this extra protection because of what the fuck is about to happen, right?
And you are a black lady.
Mm-hmm. You also need to atone for Anita Hill and stuff, right? So
You need to atone for a lot, but also that doesn't mean you should just be
Yeah.
left out here to the wolves.
Yeah. So that's why, and this is why I wanted to say, like, media is, even liberal media is all complicit in how we are here today and how they will use headlines, and even the media that's supposed to be for us, it's all sensationalized, and
Yeah.
it gets to everything has an agenda or an angle as opposed to presenting facts.
Yeah.
And so that's why people get so enraged and riled up, because I'm like, when you look at, I read the thing with the removal of the thing, I was like, oh my gosh, she's out here, like she's about to be unsafe. And I'm like, well, no.
You are
That's,
correct.
that's
But
not
also,
how it
the other side to that is that even if that is not typical or standard, there are still white vice presidents and politicians who continue to keep their protection status. And so while yes, we have to click past the headlines, also it is some form of an attack because you're trying to leave her vulnerable,
absolutely is.
knowing the division, in this country, and knowing the hatred that exists within this country. So it was absolutely meant to be a hateful move in addition to that,
Her
but you
book
are
is
not wrong as
primarily
well.
her book is primarily about the campaign and how she warned everybody what was going to happen.
Well, she actually won, and anyway, I'm not gonna do
But,
that. So there's that. Okay. So, in the ongoing immigration attacks and the misuse of federal military, whatever the fuck, and in many facets, mind you. So there was one of the largest fires actually in Washington State. It was specifically it was Washington's largest Washington's largest wildfire. After that wildfire being fought by many firefighters, 20 people were detained from the firefighters. Okay, 2 were arrested and taken away. So they were members of the Umatilla-Kayu and Walla Walla nations, and they were detained by ICE after battling this 10,000-acre fire. There's 2 issues here because of this, right? First of all, it removes help from the community. So when you're detaining multiple firefighters in a vulnerable community as it is, while the fire is still active, why would you remove more hands to help this? You know why. Secondly, where the fuck do you deport people indigenous to the goddamn land? Where the fuck do you report? Where do you deport these people
Send them to Uganda, apparently.
Yeah. Right. Or Guatemala.
With that other random African nation that I had never heard of until the other day, where they're sending people.
Oh, yes. Yes. What is it? Is it on the Ivory Coast? We're going to pull that up because we need to talk about it.
I want to say it's on the coast where Madagascar is. I want to say that's the Africa over here, the right side.
Nigga, did you just say Africa?
The continent of Africa, yes. And it's on the coast of... I know there... I
misheard. I didn't see...
I am learned.
I know you are. That's why it was shock. Shock in my voice. All right, so what is it? Northeast, southwest.
Africa is far.
Africa is far. Yes, but also not funny issue. Also, hundreds of Guatemalan children have been, so they were set to be deported by this administration because it was all federal. They were pulling these children from their beds in the middle of the night, put them on airplanes with no just due, no proper hearings, none of that. And then it was a federal judge that ordered the plane to be turned around. But my issue with that is that the kids were then turned around and returned to a government facility in Texas. So what the fuck?
You know what kills me though? Like, as well. We'll get to the real show in a minute. But like all of this whole like bureaucracy, budget cutting, right? Like we're trimming the fat in America. We're getting the money back in Americans. All this is so expensive.
Yeah.
You know, turning mid-flight to go back, to drop them off, to blah, blah, blah. This is costing way more money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than it seems like whatever you slash, you're moving this money into this other fund.
Absolutely.
For, you know,
absolutely. And also, what the fuck is the point?
There isn't none. It's fear.
It's enslavement. It's power. It's money.
It's to strike fear. It's the Hitler playbook. You know, weaken the economy and make sure everybody's scared so that they're totally, completely dependent upon you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know. But yeah.
So yeah, that's just a couple of bullet points of things going on this week.
Yeah. I also have this note. Why y'all niggas defend niggas when they are wrong? Why did I wrote that earlier for a reason.
Oh, because we were talking about Troy on Teddy Ruxpin on Life After Lockup, and him being enabled by his sister by making that phone call to request the presence of his child.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I you know, boy moms or I know there's a rhetoric surrounding, you know, black men have it hard and yada yada, which is not untrue. But that rhetoric also gets minced in this idea that black men need to be coddled and removed from responsibility and accountability because life is hard for us. And that's not fair to anybody else, any other gender. It's not even fair to us black men either, you know?
No.
You know, how are we supposed to grow? How are we supposed to be leaders, right? And all this stuff when, you know, I'm about to say something problematic. When you have a girl doing shit for you, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you like A girl had to call your baby mom, your little sister had to call your baby mom's like, can Louis Trey come on scene? Please. Fight as hard as a
I'm
black man.
sorry. Sometimes
Like,
misogyny is funny.
yeah.
What I saw?
I was
Somebody
like,
said,
a
"What?
girl."
What's like the least manliest thing somebody could do?" And they responded and said, "Have a twin brother. Be your own man."
Yeah. Yeah. Be your own man, nigga.
Toxic
damn.
masculinity is funny sometimes.
Yeah. But that was my thought. I was like, you over here have a
You got a girl. You gotta get a girl to do it.
yeah. I'm gonna get my sister. Like that's like disgusting.
Oh my god, that is funny to me. Okay, so I came across we talk often about nostalgia, and also like how the dying out of certain things has contributed to the collapse of society. I don't know. I can't remember if I told you my theory about potpourri. Did I?
Yes, but remind the audience.
Part of the demise of our culture and society right now is due to less and less people using potpourri.
And renews it. But yeah.
Yeah, renews is they too toxic. But potpourri, you know what I'm saying? We got to bring those dried flowers back and put them up under the
Potpourri's not.
No, because it's dried flowers. It's mulberry and shit, nigga, dried out. Possibly perfumed. I don't know. All I know is, I mean, listen, look at all the things we ate growing up. Look at it. We good, nigga. We good. So.
No, we not. We are not.
We're not. We're dropping
Like-
dead at 40. It's crazy.
Yeah, niggas is dying like flies because they got microplastics in their fucking
I was like,
arteries and
that'd be
shit.
in the
Just because a
1400s
nigga want
again.
to eat, yeah, just because a nigga want to drink Tahitian treat. And, you know.
Life expectancy now 36, but
Yeah, just like
go back to the
biblical
days
times.
of yore. Exactly. No, biblical was long. Then it got real short when white people started being nasty. And, you know, they got the
When they
bubonic plague
introduced
and shit
coal
like that.
mining.
Exactly. They got real nasty. The niggas was dying by like 14. You know what I'm saying? That was a long life.
Well, they started the mines at 4. They had full families by 8 and 9.
That's why my grandpa was an alcoholic by 12. That's what I'm
Bingo.
saying. Hello, math.
Lived a full life before puberty.
So anyway, back to nostalgia, the days of yours and the collapse of society. So this video, this black lady made references, I guess, online discussions that I've not been privy to, but online discussions that have been going on around the loss of boosters in the community.
Oh, yeah. So that's an integral conversation.
Yes.
That we should have as a
We do, because
people.
my aunt was one of the most classic, most what's the word I'm looking for? Where they're successful boosters I've ever known in my life.
Entrepreneurs.
She had a street team, you know what I'm saying? But so that
That's like this
conversation.
new story I saw
What?
recently. This guy, I actually didn't really like how it went down, but I'll tell you anyway. Briefly, this guy had a burglary ring through Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
So this man employed several Latino people to steal like $10,000 worth of merch at a time or whatever, like small things, so he could fill his own store. So this guy's own store is filled with nothing. His own hardware store is filled with nothing but stolen merchandise.
Is
I
it,
think it was like
is that the
$10
one in the
million
Bronx?
worth of stuff. No, it's here.
Oh, there. Because there's one in the Bronx where, you know, it's a bunch of quote unquote lost packages and you go and it's a grab bag. You don't know what you're going to get, but the packages be like
yeah,
$1 to
that's the thing.
$4. Yeah.
No, he had Latinos stealing for him for his store.
Yeah, a whole ring set
And
up.
selling these selling low key off the truck, but
Yeah,
not off the truck.
So So yes, boosting, a lost art, but that wasn't the conversation. So then she, she was talking about that and she's like, yes, what we also have to add to the list as a lost art that we need to bring back are useful crackheads. Because crackheads were the original TaskRabbits.
What kind of shape is your life in now?
Well, I've been a little bit more fortunate than most that I have a roof over my head. Some people who are into crack usually pay their rent months in advance so they don't get evicted, the smart ones. Because believe me, brother, if whatever money...
Where they, did things for you to get, the drugs that they needed for their systems. You know what I'm saying? So niggas will clean your stoop, or remember that one
Shariel and I had a crack
addiction
help clean for
exactly after my wedding. Exactly. And that's the same nigga who came back and did a couple things for me and Tristan too. Remember that time a couple years ago I told you all that I went to Cleveland to go clean out my grandmother's apartment and then later move her? That was all at the hands of a person who, has fallen victim to addiction and wanted to fund said addiction. And I remember getting into it with some family because they were like, don't pay him more than, and I was like, it's not my job to dictate what this nigga does with his money. Like, this nigga is working. Do you hear me? He is working.
Yeah.
But the drug addicts nowadays are all leaning. You know what I'm saying? In the streets, and they can't be effective in the way that they once were. And then she brought up another valid point about not being able to differentiate the fiends from the dope boys now, right? Because once upon a time, the dope boys were a crispy bunch. Their clothes were always, their sneakers, they always had the freshest sneakers, like you could always, the Franklin Saint. You know what I mean? And now, they using the Fenty too. Niggas' drawers are dirty. Everybody's just as dusty as the next nigga. And everybody's leaning. And nobody's being effective. Bring back useful crackheads.
Yeah.
I need to find that lady's
that
page so I
game.
can give her her reference. But I said, this is a fabulous conversation.
Yeah, that's like that game I used to play, like, are you homeless or do you live in Williamsburg? Like, you can't differentiate what's what anymore. Is that beard for warmth or is it for aesthetic? You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Let's take a break and get to the real show. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So just when you think you've heard everything about how to lose weight, something new. To look their best for the walk down the aisle, more and more brides-to-be are trying something you usually see in hospitals, up to 10 days tied to a feeding tube just like that. ABC's Young Janice sat down with one satisfied customer to learn more about it.
And we're back. Today, we got a supersized episode again.
Not 3 hours, though.
No. But we're gonna go through some Reddit stories. These are they're Jaden X decoded, so enjoy.
All right.
I was a picky eater at Friendsgiving. Hi all. I, 26-year-old female, joined a group of friends I met in grad school. We range from 23 to 30, and it's a mix of men and women. I was bullied out of my old friend group, so I started hanging out with this one back in February. They've all been friends longer than me, so I'm kind of the new addition. For the last couple of years, they've done Friendsgiving, usually a week or two before Thanksgiving. Everyone brings a dish or a drink to someone's house. This year, a girl named Lisa offered to host, and she and her fiance just moved into a big condo. We were each assigned to bring something, but it didn't have to be Thanksgiving themed. Any food was fine, which kind of defeats the purpose, but whatever, I'm not the hostess.
Fair.
Now, I've always been a picky eater. I don't have allergies or anything, but I know what I like and I'm not interested in trying new foods. That might offend some people,
Sad.
but that's just who I am.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Google Doc for who was bringing what, and I quickly realized I wouldn't be able to eat anything except bread, rolls, and apple pie. And I was bringing the pie. Most of the group comes from diverse backgrounds, so there was a lot of food I wasn't familiar with.
Oh, you're a racist.
For example, Lisa, who's Chinese, was making Chinese barbecue pork and a whole steamed fish. Another person's family is Lebanese, so they were bringing hummus, parsley, salad, etc.
Tabbouleh.
I Googled the foods I didn't recognize, and none of them sounded appetizing to me. So I texted Lisa, and I asked if she could provide something I would eat so I wouldn't starve.
Bitch.
She asked what I had in mind, so I gave her some options. Pizza, burgers, spaghetti with meat sauce, etc. She said she would. At Friendsgiving, everyone started serving themselves, and Lisa brought out a pizza for me. I asked where my other options were,
Bitch.
and she said there weren't any. She made me a pizza because that's what I said I liked. I felt this was unfair because everyone else had a variety of dishes, but I was just forced to eat one thing. We argued. I told her that when I gave her a list of options, I expected her to have a few different ones for me like a good hostess would.
Ooh.
She said no, that she wasn't going to make a bunch of food just for one person.
Exactly.
No one stood up for me.
Bitch.
A couple of people even sided with Lisa, saying I was acting spoiled. I ended up in tears and left early without eating anything. Lisa wouldn't even give me back the pie I brought, which I thought was unnecessarily mean. That was a couple of weeks ago. Since then, everyone has been ignoring me. Granted, it's the end of the semester, so we're all busy. I'm starting to think that maybe Lisa and I miscommunicated, but I also feel like I'm being bullied for my food preferences. I'm anxious and upset and can't focus on finals. Reddit. Am I the asshole?
Abso-fucking-lutely. And I see why you were bullied out of your first friend group. And now I can't wait for you to be bullied out of this one. Or that's what's happening right now.
You know how hard it is to get kids to eat their greens?
Oh, yes.
Well, get ready to meet one woman who's never grown out of it. She's eaten only 3 things her whole life. Not a single fruit or green vegetable on the list. ABC's Lindsay Davis has her unusual story.
If you are that type of person, then bring your own fucking food. BYOF. Right? No, don't do that because it supports genocide. But also, go get your own fucking pizza, buffalo wings, and whatever else accoutrement that you want to nibble on. But you don't leave that to the responsibility. Like the person who's hosting is literally hosting with their space, especially if you all are doing a Friendsgiving, which means everybody's bringing something.
I've never heard of anybody having the host prepare like a whole spread. Yes, they may prepare a dish because it's a potluck.
I remember when I lived in Oklahoma for those 5.5 months, and one of my friends had a Friendsgiving. So I go, bring my shit or whatever. There was some vegans there, and they had themselves a vegan turducken. Now, don't ask me to explain that to you because I can't. But it was a vegan turducken. So I said, this is 3 times anyway. So
3 times the tofu.
Right.
3 times the bullshit.
Like 3 times the bullshit. Because why? A turducken is called a turducken for a goddamn reason. It is a part of a turkey, a duck, and a chicken. What the fuck is a vegan anyway? What the fuck is a vegan for turduck?
Have you seen that they sell vegan bones?
I have, and we're gonna skate past that.
And it's like when they wrap it's like they're wrapping the shit with gauze. It's like, what the fuck? Like it's.
I found a whole website that sells the vegan bones. You can get it like a vegan T-bone. It's all. Anyway, I said we were skating past that. So, So they brought their vegan turducken, while I was, bewildered and also just like fascinated. I kept that to myself, right? I just kind of watched from a distance. But I appreciated the fact that if they wanted some stupid fucking food, they brought that food themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put that on somebody else, especially the person who's making the whole steamed fish and the Chinese roasted pork. Do you know how many steps that takes? You think they have time to worry about you and your basic palate? I'm not even mad that your palate is basic. I'm mad at your entitlement. So, yeah, you the big fucking asshole. And you're always going to be lonely as long as you maintain this nasty attitude.
So, there's an update.
Oh.
Edit. I'm the asshole.
Very good.
I sent Lisa a text asking to talk and she hasn't responded. I also texted another girl in the group who said they were having a post-finals New Year's party and I'm not invited. So there's that. Update number 2. Lisa texted me back saying she was sorry about the pie, but she's not sorry for the Friendsgiving as a whole. I asked her about the New Year's Eve party, and she said her and the group think it would be best if I didn't come because of how I acted. I can't say I blame them, but I'm heartbroken. Update number 3.
Oh, my God.
Please stop messaging me, calling me fat ass, autistic, etc.
Oh, my God.
You're never too old to learn a lesson.
You are correct. And also, it's not fair to attribute autism to her being an asshole. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
She's just an entitled. Yeah, exactly. An entitled, period, Pat. But no, you don't attribute that to. But also, yeah, girl, I don't think you've really learned your lesson. Like, because why would you react like that in the first place?
You ready for some more?
All right. I don't know why I continue to trust you.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Can you ask someone to lose weight for your wedding?
Yo.
My friend, 33-year-old female, is a personal trainer and just got engaged to another personal trainer. All their friends are people they know through the gym they both work at. Now, I've known her since we were 5. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a US size 10. So I'm not obese, but I'm definitely on the bigger side. I'm very comfortable with who I am, and my doctor is too. Size 10 is nobody's
That's
big.
not, no, it's not.
At all. Well, tonight she called me with the best, quote unquote, news. Her fiance and she have put together a workout and meal plan for me. They figured if I drop 20 to 30 pounds, the wedding photos will look more symmetric.
Oh.
She was so happy and excited, like she was doing me a favor. I wasn't sure what to say, so I just hung up and haven't responded. I'm completely flabbergasted. This isn't one of those situations where I constantly complain about my weight and then get mad when someone offers to help. I've never asked for help. I've never mentioned wanting to lose weight. They just took it upon themselves to help me. Obviously, I'm going to decline being her maid of honor, but now I'm not even sure I want to go to the wedding at all. Why would anyone think this is okay? Honestly, don't know how to bring this up to her. I feel like it's more her fiance than her, but still. I think, you know, this could be her man. It also could be your friend who has secretly thought this about you.
I don't give a fuck
and also
who it is.
People change.
I don't give a fuck who it is. It's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's very inappropriate. I think this is who your friend is now. She wants to marry a gym nigga and who says out of pocket things and who has convinced her to believe otherwise.
You know how I feel about
people outgrow people. You know, it sounds to me like your friend that outgrew you, and you've outgrown your friend. For her to say some wild shit to you like that.
Yeah, your friend is a bitch, and also show up to the wedding, be the maid of honor, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself. Stop it! Stop! What the fuck is wrong with you? Go. 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 Anyway, show up to her wedding. And what was that girl's name? What was her name in Willy Wonka? The girl who turned into a blueberry. Violet Beauregard. Show up in a Violet Beauregard blueberry suit. Like, fully commit to the bit. Paint yourself blue, get a blue wig, everything. And become Violet Beauregard and walk down the fucking aisle as Violet fucking Beauregard. Just for that. A blueberry. Because I'm not going to be embarrassed. You going to be embarrassed. Because the fact that you're concerned about 20 of my pounds, any of my pounds, 0 of my pounds.
Right.
That's what you do.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be back with more Jaden XD. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Parents often wonder if their kid's imaginary friend is normal childhood behavior or a symptom of something else. Dr. Lewis First is here to explain in this morning's First with Kids.
And we're back. I only have 2 more.
Okay.
One is very long.
Okay.
Am I overreacting after I found out my boyfriend's online friend group has just been him this whole time? Now, I do want to... Oh, there's a visual component to this, so I'm going to have to share the screen and show it to you on here.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I should have been less oblivious, but since a little before we started dating in 2022, my boyfriend, then just a friend, added me to a 3-person Instagram group chat with what he said were his closest online friends. The 2 other accounts looked real. They had followers, comments, and very different aesthetics. Eventually, we made a Discord server, and that convinced me even more since we were often active at the same time. We never voice chatted, but I didn't think much of it. Over time, the group got closer, and just last month, we even planned a research trip to Hawaii for August. We all live on the East Coast. We booked everything. So imagine my surprise tonight when I was at his house. I went to log into my Google Docs on his computer and accidentally saw follower bot websites. And him logged into one of the accounts I thought belonged to his quote-unquote friend. My stomach dropped. At first, I thought maybe he had just their logins because they were close. But then I noticed those accounts only had chats with me, no separate conversations. And the real kicker, the account was registered under his backup email with his full name.
Oh, he's an idiot.
I snooped. I know it was wrong until he came out of the shower and caught me. I was basically certain at that point that both friends were actually him. He went bright red, panicked, and yelled at me to stay out of his business. I couldn't even find the words. I just walked out sobbing. It's very early in the morning, and I might not be thinking straight, but am I overreacting? So
What?
apparently this guy is catfished his girlfriend.
But with friends.
But with friends.
What the fuck kind of weird shit is that?
To make it seem like you have friends? That's so strange.
That's weird.
That's very strange.
Is there an update or a reason?
Well, I'm about to show you.
Oh, that's right. You did say there's a visual component. Okay.
So here is, if you're looking on Patreon, you're able to see the text message between the 2. So OP, original poster, asked her boyfriend, I just want to know why.
Mm-hmm.
When it finally came time for the Hawaii trip, how are you going to explain that? What were you thinking? He responds, you know something I've noticed about you? You can never just be calm, and there always has to be an issue. I know you were raised in a volatile environment and still have to relearn a lot about healthy relationship dynamics, but it's only like you thrive on chaos, only. And we were gonna see Wicked tonight. I guess there that goes, first of all.
What? Wait, hold on.
You're not gonna let me
No,
You can't be serious. I deserve answers, and I'm honestly so creeped out. Basically, half of my life for the past 2 years have been a complete and total lie, and you were behind all of it. He responds, okay, don't be dramatic. You know this isn't a big deal. You're just giddy to harp on this and make a bigger issue.
Get in front of some people, bro. Get in front of some people.
Yeah.
He's harmful.
Run zigzag.
He's harmful. Yeah, run zigzag. Like, he's a harmful alligator.
Yeah. That's nuts. It's always catfishers always turn that switch on where like it's not that deep, or they turn out to be the victim.
Hold on. What's the psychological issue? Because I don't want to behind catfishing. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
y'all have to be sociopaths or...
That is sociopathic behavior.
It is.
A modality of it, right? Or like some form of it, because for you, or narcissism, true narcissism.
Especially when they're belligerent in that way.
Yeah. And have no... It's so easy, like off the tongue, if that makes sense, you know? Hypothetically speaking.
What is the psychology behind catfishing? Not you, AI.
But you do have to also understand that a lot of times when a man lies to you, it's about his issues. It's about what he has not addressed within himself. That maturity, that confidence in being vulnerable and open, that willingness to stand in truth, despite even if it doesn't get you what you want. That integrity that he has to build within himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
mm-hmm. Yep. It might be psychopath, sadism, narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
All under the umbrella. Machiavellianism. Oh, okay. Hold on. We have to get into that later.
Run quick. We have one more.
All right.
And she's a long one.
Okay.
But buckle up.
All right.
Am I the asshole for asking my friends what flavor their wedding cake is? I, 22-year-old female, am in the wedding party for my friends M, 25-year-old female, and Ro, 25-year-old male, who are getting married in 2 months. I have been really excited. It'll be the first time our college group has reunited in 2 years. M and Ro are my best friends, or at least I thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Discord server for wedding stuff, including a channel about food. They've been really open about dietary options, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, and answering questions. So I didn't think it would be a big deal if I asked something. About 4 days ago, I posted, hey, what flavor is the cake gonna be? I want to mentally prepare myself, LOL. Looking back, maybe my phrasing was off, but I meant it because I really dislike chocolate-flavored desserts. I got a private message saying the cake would be chocolate, and if I had a problem with that, I could shove it because it was their wedding, not mine. I was shocked. I never said I'd be upset, and I certainly wasn't planning to make a scene about it. I tried to apologize and explain, but M got defensive and accused me of implying she was offended. 2 days later, I tried again to smooth things over, but she told me to stop apologies and quit making it seem like something was wrong. I reached out to Ro, but he said he couldn't talk right now, probably because M told him not to. Now it's been a couple more days, and I'm confused. This whole situation makes me want to drop out of the wedding party or not even go. I keep wondering if maybe I just don't understand how stressful planning a wedding is, or if asking about the cake was some huge faux pas. Am I the asshole?
No. Your friend is a fucking asshole. Get a hold of yourself, Bridezilla. Like, what's the problem? There are many times me and my friends go, ooh, what's gonna be there to eat? Ooh, what flavor did you get? Oh, I love that. Like, there's nothing wrong with you asking that question, and the fact that you gotta walk on eggshells around your friend. You should bring your own cake to the wedding and see how mad she gets. Be like, see, bitch, this is egregious. What I asked you was not. Now you made me take it there.
I also think, I don't know, maybe this is just Gen Z, young millennial thing, but there's a lot of grace here for having a Discord server where people could have a whole fucking FAQ about the food or whatever the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Listen, back in my day, you got an invitation, you show up or you don't.
You pick and if they're good, you pick the chicken, fish, or exactly. Like you get those little mashed potatoes that look like an ice cream cone and some green beans that are unsalted with some almonds in them, and you shut the fuck up. Or you get some rice pilaf. Like there's no room for
cold,
opinion.
Hard roll with little pearls of butter. Like,
exactly. Hello. Okay. An unsweetened iced tea, a water, and it might be a red and white situation.
Yeah. It's really not that big of a deal.
It's really not.
I don't know why people are giving so many people having input, because be damned, not mine.
There's that, but also me asking you the flavor of the fucking cake.
It's not that deep though.
It's not deep at all, bitch. It's not even like not even a puddle. Like nigga, it's
she was like, hey, what color, what flavor is the cake? I'm just curious. And she's like, no, fuck you, nigger. Like
right.
It's just so like egregious.
Did you come at her and be like, bitch, I prefer that you not have this at your wedding because I don't like it? Or no, you just asked for the flavor. Your friend is a fucking asshole.
Just asking, because it's general question like somebody on the street would ask you. You're not gonna tell them like, fuck you, your mom's a whore. Like that's so crazy to me.
I'm telling you.
However, we have an update.
Okay.
Now, this is a different type of update. I've never seen this before.
Okay.
So remember, there's 3 people.
The husband,
the original poster. There's M, who is short for Emily. And there's Ro, who's the dude. Ro responded, the groom.
Oh.
Hey, Izzy. Not surprised you didn't share the whole story. You never do.
Oh.
Just like last year's surprise party for M, TLDR, which means too long didn't read, Izzy spoiled the surprise and tried to claim my gift was hers. I'm Ro, the groom-to-be. I don't use Reddit, but my best man does and showed me this post. It was obvious it's you. The cake thing did happen, but not the way you described. See, this is how I know, because, men are very sassy.
I was like, this is not to be.
They are finger wagging and neck shakers. You think it's a black woman? No, it's a white man named Matt. Okay.
And another thing. Okay, what do you say?
Yes. First, cake wasn't your only complaint. And I figured that too. You refused a joint bachelorette dinner because I have poor taste. You said my suit was tacky because I wanted white instead of black. You whined about the bridesmaids' dresses being purple because you wanted ivory. Every decision we've made, you complained. M has been nothing but patient. She shouldn't have to change her wedding for you. See, again, my point exactly. Why do I gotta change my wedding and shit to accommodate these other heifers? This day ain't about you.
Now, I understand. And a white suit is tacky, but that's not your business, girl.
It is. Exactly. Let them be tacky to love, girl. So, second, we never told you to shove it. M only messaged you privately because she was tired of constant arguments in the group chat. Everyone else is tired too. We didn't want to drag them into it. It's a cake. Eat it or don't.
Okay, so that was the straw that broke the camel's back then.
You've hated me since I joined the group, and that's fine. But you will not ruin M's day because of your pettiness. Of course, M is different. She grew up. We all did, except you. You're 22. Stop acting like a spoiled teenager. Chocolate cake won't kill you. And FYI, I am 26, not 25. I wasn't even angry until you came here for pity. That's pathetic and immature. For the record, M double-checked my response. She signed off on it. Get it together.
I rescinded everything I said.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
Izzy responds.
Oh. Wait, not a back and forth on the Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay.
OP, Izzy says, so it's pathetic and immature for me to post anonymously asking for advice, but you jumping on Reddit and dropping my real name isn't? Okay, Marcus, since we're not hiding anymore, how does it feel to have your stuff aired publicly?
Woo, this is amazing.
Here's how I know M didn't sign off. She never would have agreed to you using my real name. You're just trying to get me angry at her. She's my best friend. I should have known you'd do this. You're always trying to drive a wedge between us. Example. I planned a dinner for her birthday, but you scheduled the surprise party the same day. I wanted one night of alone time with my best friend, but you couldn't wait. I've known M far longer than you. No offense, but I know her better than you do. I've kept quiet because I love her and want her to be happy. You say I complain about everything, but I've never said anything about all the times you've made M cancel our plans to hang out with you. Girl, she was trying to get some dick, girl. Like, you have to.
Right.
Anywho, we can't have sleepovers anymore because it makes you uncomfortable, or take a girls trip because it's too expensive. This was never about the cake. It's about you hating me. I was fine when you joined the group. You weren't fine with me being in M's life. Ask her other friends. They'll agree. Get a life, Marcus. Stop trying to ruin mine.
Well, now I'm confused because this could be multiple things here. First of all, the major plot twist. What if the major plot twist was this was the friend group from the last Reddit story?
Yeah. Talk about booking. That would be amazing.
That would be the one. But either this man is controlling and came in her life and like is, I don't know, trying to isolate her, especially if she said other friends. I don't know. This man is, one of them is the problem. I don't know who's jealous of who.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like it might be him going back and forth with her. Because if all of a sudden she stopped girls' trips and she stopped this and that, there's like, yes, I'm trying to get some dick, there's balance. And then there's like, no, I don't want her to do any of the things she did before. And that would be a problem.
Well, there's more.
But wait!
Okay.
Because Marcus responded.
Okay.
She was fine with me using your name. You brought this to Reddit, not us. Also, the plan for her birthday was for you to distract her with a movie while we set up the party. Instead, you went to dinner, told her about the party, and left us waiting for hours.
Oh.
I've never made M cancel plans. She did that on her own, and not that often.
Oh.
Which lets me know this was a dick appointment. Why she canceled.
Yeah.
You've had plenty of time alone with her. Just because she spends time with me too doesn't mean I'm forcing her. Yes, a trip to multiple countries in Europe is too expensive. We live paycheck to paycheck, which you know. Not all of us have our rent covered by our parents. Nobody else feels the way you do about me. If I'm wrong, I'll listen and change. That requires you to actually talk to me and not run to Reddit. You may have known M longer, but you clearly don't know her well. You don't see how miserable your comments have made her these past few months. For her sake, knock it off. And lastly, Izzy responded. Paid by daddy? Real mature. I work hard like everyone else. It's not my fault my parents made better decisions and can help their kids. Wait a minute, bitch.
Okay.
And of course, I wasn't just going to take her to a movie for her birthday. Ruse or not, it was still her birthday. She deserved a real meal, not the cheap pizza you bought. Also, maybe you didn't tell her to cancel plans, but asking her to hang out when you knew we had already had something planned is basically the same thing. Before you, she was fine. She had everything she needed. And for everyone in the comments saying I have a crush on M, no, we're best friends. I love her, she loves me. we have natural chemistry, but it's not romantic. Marcus, you've been an asshole from day one. Just admit you're not the guy who can give her what she needs and move on and leave us alone.
She might be the problem.
She the problem.
Yeah.
Well, they both are, honestly.
They both are.
Everybody's an asshole. M needed to come here and clear everybody. Talk about I'm breaking up with both of you.
Yeah.
Because y'all embarrassing yourselves on the fucking internet at my expense. Then you have niggas like Jada XD talking about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Now I need to know more. Like, put them on an episode of 4 Weddings. Bring it back.
Yeah.
I need to see the dynamic of Em and Izzy, and then I need to see the introduction of Marcus, aka Ro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm just choosing to believe that this is all the last couple, and this nigga's playing 2 people.
Okay.
Why not? It just makes it more fun. Now they need to turn.
fair.
Now they need to turn. Is that a series already? No, I've never seen anything like that where they catfish somebody in friendship. Like a spouse or a significant other catfishes somebody with friendship. They need to turn that into.
That's what happened to us. I told you that story with me and PCE. How with gay shit goes here.
No. Maybe you did, but remind me.
There's a friend group that, you know, I mean, it's me and some other folks. And there was this guy, it was an old Twitter story. Gay shit goes here. He was a catfisher who infiltrated my little friend group. To the point where, like, you know, him and Asante were talking like every day. Gordy. I went to Philadelphia to meet him because we're like, oh, well, we're gonna hang out and stuff, and you know, it was the early days of when you're meeting people on the internet and stuff. And I hung out with my homegirl Lenora. We went to the strip club, and I forget his name, but the guy was like, oh, I'm coming. Never came to the strip club. I still had a wang dang doodle. It was me and Swade and my friend Lenora and somebody else. Then he was like, well, where are you about to go do next? Go to another club. He never shows up. He's like, I'm outside, I'm in line, never shows up. So I'm on my way home on the Bolt bus, and I call Asante, and I'm like, Asante was like, hey, how'd it go meeting with, I forget the man's name. And I was like, well, it didn't happen. So I'm telling him the story, and I was like, Asante, I was like, do you feel as if we're being catfished? Because I feel as like that way. He was like, don't you dare say that out loud. I was like, I did. So then we had a whole council.
And me knowing the niggas in this group makes this even funnier in my head.
Right. So like we called Crystal. And we were like, what do we do?
Right, like,
and she was like, nigga, no, I don't know. This is before Crystal, because she was like, at first she was like, this is kind of sad and weird.
There goes
then
Groove.
afterwards she was like, oh, I get it. But all of us, like Dubs and Princey, we were very shaken up about it because we have shared intimate, you know, conversations and things like that. And then my whole thing was like, did you show up to these places while I was in Philly and I had no idea what you truly look like?
So did you all ever figure out who it was?
Yeah, he came clean. Like that day, after I presented Asante with the evidence, we all came together on Skype, all of us in the friend group. We had a conversation, and we invited him to come on and to defend himself. And he was like, okay. And we were like, just take a picture and, you know, the date thing. He was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then there was always a problem. And then there was an issue that he like disconnected. And then he ended up texting Crystal and explained like who they were and stuff.
So who were they?
They were cosplaying as some light-skinned, ginger-headed black man, and they were the complete opposite. They were a tall, overweight, chocolate man who was on
But he
the
was
feminine
platonically catfishing.
side. We weren't interested in him. He was the homie.
Right, that's what I mean.
And we all said, and we were all like, you could have been yourself. Like, none of us judge people about how they look or whatever.
No.
Unless if you're a weirdo. Now we're judging because you're a weirdo for being that way. We've always said, you don't got a lot to kick it.
Oh, no. I wonder whatever happened to them.
I don't know. This was like in 2010.
That's insane.
15 years ago.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, have the day you deserve, person. Maybe you were really sad at the time. I don't. You know what? Let me not, because there could have been some, deep insecurities.
Of course.
So let me reel it back and be human.
Yeah. And he told me later, like, he had a conversation with me, and he was like, I don't want to say standard, but a story you hear that you hear commonly is, like insecurities, how they looked, and digital bullying and stuff like that. I hear you,
but also,
and I call,
and this is still weird as fuck, and you weird as fuck for doing it. It just is. No matter what the foundation of the reasoning, like, I can be understanding and still say you did some creepy shit, my nigga. Like, that's just, the long and the short of it. Now here's my other question to the last Reddit story before we leave. How much you have to be on fucking Reddit to come across a story of someone that you know? You have to live on that bitch.
Yeah. Like, I know, like, people subscribe to, like, certain threads, like, am I the asshole? So clearly they're not going to go all over
okay.
Reddit,
Okay. All right. I forgot about categories. You're right.
Yeah. And then there are people who, like us, who curate things and talk about them and post it and find shit like that.
Okay. All right.
I do think there are people who do be on there
quite a lot.
Quite often.
Okay.
Yeah. And Izzy probably shared it with, like, I wrote this and blah, blah, what do you think? And somebody snitched on her.
They said the best man found it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because at first glance, that story is not even fascinating enough to...
And he said, hold on, wait a minute, hold my zebra.
Hold my zebra.
Hold my White Claw, bitch.
Hold my Heineken Zero. I got something to say.
Yes. Hold my Cutwater.
Well, niggas.
Yeah.
We're out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon for all the visuals of this podcast. And also, if you're just looking for any way to support Jaden XD in a financial crash of society, in a fall of society, that's the best way to do so. All the links for how you can support the various causes we've spoken about are attached in the description box. And there's a whole bunch of shit on Patreon, including Life After Lockup weekly reviews, group watches of things. XD has been personally attacking me for the past 11, almost 12 years, and he continues to do so. I don't even understand how this is. I am the problem for continuing to allow him to do this, but he continues to do so. So you can see how via Patreon. And we'll see you niggas next time.
Yeah. Ciao.
Yes, we're moving on.